Today we're going to be showing you guys how to make your very own sketchbook using a cereal box, some computer paper, string, and tape. First thing you need is 25 sheets of paper. You can see I've gone ahead and just sectioned mine off into 5 groups of 5, so 5 different stacks with 5 sheets each. You're going to take each group of 5 sheets of paper and you're going to fold it in half and crease it well. So this is called a signature. In bookbinding, a group of folded sheets of paper is known as a signature. So you're going to have 5 signatures with 5 sheets of paper in each signature. So you're going to repeat that process for all 5 signatures by folding in half. All right, and so you can see all 5 signatures there. You're gonna grab your cereal box. It can be any type of cereal. It doesn't have to be Apple Jacks. It can be Lucky Charms, whatever you prefer. Maybe you're a Wheaties kind of gal, doesn't matter. All right, so you can open that up. You can use scissors if you want to, or you can just kind of rip it apart. You can see here I have a nice edge that will actually make a perfect spine. So I might just use that, but you can always measure out your spine later. What we're doing is making the outside of the book using the cereal box. So our pages are 8.5 by 5.5 when they're folded in half. You want the outside of the box or the outside of the sketchbook to be just slightly bigger than your pages. So we want it to actually be 9 by 6. So I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to measure to the 6 mark on the ruler. And I'm going to measure in 2 places because to make a straight line, you need to measure in 2 different spaces. Now, the book needs to be 9 inches long. Once again, I'm going to measure in 2 places and line up those little dots. And once again, that's going to make a 9 by 6 front or back cover. So that is going to serve as either my front or my back cover. And then I'm going to use the scissors and I'm going to cut away any excess. Once again, I'm going to leave that small little spot over on the side. That'll make a nice spine for me so that I won't have to measure. I'll show you guys how to measure one, but if you have something like that on your box, you can use that. So I'm just cutting away all of the excess. And you can see, you know, it doesn't really matter what's on the outside of the box. Later, we're going to be decorating it. All right, so now you're going to need, this can be your front or your back, so now you're going to need the other side of your cover. So you can just simply take it and trace it. You don't have to measure again with your ruler. You're just going to trace the outside. I'm butting it up against the edges so that I only have to trace on 2 sides, and I know that I have straight lines on those other 2 sides of the cereal box. All right, so now I have my front cover, my back cover. If you don't have a nifty spine like I had, then you can also measure one. You could see I could just put that together, but I'm going to take an extra section and make a spine in case somebody needs to do that. You need about a 1/2 inch for your spine to fit all 5 signatures. Once again, you're going to want to measure in 2 places. So I'm going to measure at 1/2 inch. I'm going to measure that in 2 different places to make sure I get a straight line. Line my ruler up against the 2 places, make a straight line, and then once again, just use my scissors and cut. My spine needs to be 9 inches long, just like the cover of my book. All right, so now you're going to just put the 3 pieces together. So you need to line up your spine with the 2 covers. So the spine should be in the center of your 2 covers. And now you're just going to use, you know, whatever tape you have. It might be masking tape, maybe it's duct tape. You know, the Scotch tape probably is not going to work. But you're just going to tape it on the front and the back side to make sure that joint there is secure. So you can see I kind of bend it to make sure that it is bendable. And then where I had my extra spine piece, I'm going to just kind of fit it in there. And once again, I'm going to tape it on the front and the back. You want to make sure you just line it up really well. Maybe it would be helpful if you get your mom or something to help you. Here, it might be good to have a little tape that hangs over and kind of goes in the gaps at the top and the bottom where the covers meet the spine. That might help later keep the string that's going to hold the book together from going in those gaps if you have the tape that goes over. All right, so you can see the front and the back, the spine there. Now you have your 5 signatures. So you're just going to get those lined up and ready to go. Now, grab your string, and what you want to do is go ahead and make sure you're going to have enough string. So you're going to take the length of the book, which is 9 inches, and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, just for good measure. 8 lengths of the book, and then maybe a little bit extra, just to be sure. Maybe you do 9 just to be sure. You don't want to run out of tape. If you happen to run out of tape, you can always tie more on. Then you're going to take and open up your cover, pull the string tight, and tape the string down into the center of your spine. So if you need somebody to hold it in place, maybe your mom can help you, something like that. You're just going to tape it into the center. Now, it's very important here that you open up your first signature. So you're going to grab your first stack of papers and open it up. The string at this point should be going down the center of your spine, and your signature should be open. Then what you're going to do is wrap up the outside of the spine. So you can see it's staying on the spine, not on the front cover or the back cover. And then you're going to go down through the center section of the book. All right, then this is important. You're going to close the signature. So go down through the middle and close that signature. Make sure you're pulling the string very, very tight from here on out. You're going to come back up to the top of the book again. You're going to open up your next signature in the center again. You're going to go through the center with the string, once again, always pulling it tight. And then, once again, wrap. You're just wrapping each signature separately, going down the middle of the signature each time. So wrapping, closing, going up the back of the spine, opening the next signature, wrapping, going down through the center, closing, going back up the outside, always pulling the string tight, down through the last signature, going back up to the top. I'm gonna kind of try to push my string back, and then coming down one more time. I'm gonna tape it in place. Make sure I kind of pull the string tight and tape it, kind of move my pages out of the way so I can make sure it's in the spine area. And then I'm actually going to tie it onto the strings from the previous signatures, just to make sure I have a knot and it doesn't come loose later, making sure to pull it tight. But I'm leaving a little tail in case it comes apart later. I can try to fix it. So now you can see your beautiful handmade sketchbook. It should open and close nicely. There you go. Great job, guys.